Yeah, hey there, Steve. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials wasting little time under the new administration. Agents carrying out raids in certain parts of the country, targeting violent criminal offenders in the United States illegally and wanted by law enforcement. Fox News cameras were there to capture some of the action.
Immigration enforcement actions by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement in Texas drew significant public attention. A notable event circulating on social media claimed that ICE surrounded a McDonald's in Texas, leading to the deportation of over 500 people on the spot. This information came from a social media post titled, "If you're interested in this topic, comment number 1. Breaking. ICE buses surround Texas McDonald's. 500 plus deported on the spot. However, this claim has not been verified by official sources and may be exaggerated or part of unconfirmed rumors. This analysis provides a neutral perspective, based on available data and comments from the X platform, to examine the immigration situation in Texas during August 2025. Texas, located near the Mexican border, has long been a focal point for immigration enforcement. In 2025, the U.S. government intensified efforts to control illegal immigration, resulting in a sharp increase in arrests and deportations. According to ICE data, by the end of July 2025, over 207,000 people had been deported nationwide. In August, this number is estimated to have grown by 30,000 to 40,000 cases, with Texas among the states with the highest number of arrests. In July alone, ICE conducted about 1,500 immigration-related arrests in Texas, accounting for 25% of the national total. By mid-August, this figure likely exceeded 2,000, based on the trend of intensified operations. The reported McDonald's event was described as a surprise raid, with ICE buses surrounding the restaurant and detaining over 500 people believed to be undocumented immigrants. Supporters argued this was necessary to ease economic pressures and protect jobs for U.S. citizens. Critics, however, raised concerns about inaccurate targeting, discrimination based on appearance, and the impact on immigrant families. Currently, no official reports from ICE or reputable media outlets confirm the deportation of 500 people at a single location, so this event requires careful scrutiny. The X platform became a lively forum for discussing ICE activities, reflecting deep divisions in public opinion. Below are some notable posts from August 2025 related to similar operations. On August 6th, Gunther Eagleman posted about ICE using a Penske truck to detain 16 immigrants at a Home Depot parking lot in Los Angeles, receiving over 3,700 likes. The account strongly supported the action, claiming it helped restore border sovereignty. While not directly about Texas, the post reflects support for similar raids. On August 6th, Quebenline criticized ICE for using a truck as a Trojan horse to detain Latino workers at a Home Depot, calling it racist. The post got over 2,800 likes and noted that Penske opposed the use of their trucks. On August 8th, Barron T. News claimed ICE operations at a Home Depot were necessary because the area was controlled by the MS-13 gang. The post received over 3,000 likes, echoing support for border security. On August 6th, Linda Doria 13 condemned ICE for detaining a mother and her young child by breaking a car window, calling it cruel. The post received over 2,200 likes and called for immigration policy reform. On August 7th, Fargo 1967 claimed 1,500 people were deported from Boston College in a single day, with help from U.S. citizens reporting locations. The post got over 5,000 likes but lacked verified evidence, similar to the McDonald's claim. On August 6th, Kim Katie USA pointed to an increase in illegal vendor stalls at Home Depot, leading to ICE arrests, with over 2,500 likes. Though not specific to Texas, it highlights similar operations nationwide. On August 7th, Joe Lang 514400671 jokingly suggested using taco trucks for future ICE raids, receiving over 1,800 likes. This reflected enthusiasm from some users for ICE's campaigns. These X posts show a clear divide. One side supports ICE's actions as law enforcement, while the other condemns them for harming immigrant communities and violating human rights. According to the U.S. government's 2025 budget, ICE received a 15% funding increase from the previous year, with over $8 billion allocated for detention and deportation operations. In August, ICE handled over 5,000 arrests nationwide, with Texas playing a central role due to its proximity to the border. Raids often targeted public places like restaurants, retail stores, and day labor sites where undocumented immigrants commonly work.
Immigration advocates today called on federal authorities to provide more information about a raid that happened in Hays County back in April. Federal officials say the roundup of nearly 50 people was part of a crackdown on a criminal gang from Venezuela.
It started like...
In Texas, ICE detention facilities operated at full capacity, holding over 20,000 people at any given time in August. A report from the ACLU noted that conditions in these facilities often fell below standards, with 65% of detainees reporting inadequate medical care or poor sanitation. Additionally, ICE offered $1,000 and free plane tickets to immigrants who voluntarily left the U.S., aiming to reduce pressure on the detention system. A specific example in Texas occurred in El Paso, where ICE detained over 300 people in a raid at a local market in early August. While not directly tied to the McDonald's event, it shows the frequency and scale of ICE operations in the state. ICE's activities, including the alleged McDonald's raid, sparked debates about human rights. Organizations like the National Immigration Law Center and ACLU criticized the campaigns, arguing they targeted vulnerable communities, particularly Latino workers. An NILC report stated that 70% of those detained in Texas raids were undocumented workers with no criminal history. Immigrant advocacy groups held protests in Texas cities like Houston and Dallas in mid-August, calling for an end to raids in public spaces. In San Antonio, community organizations launched Know Your Rights classes to guide immigrants on handling ICE encounters. Conversely, supporters of ICE's policies argued the raids were necessary to reduce crime and protect the economy. A post from America First Legal on August 9th claimed ICE raids reduced immigration-related crime in Texas by 25%, though this figure lacks independent verification. If true, the McDonald's event would be one of ICE's largest raids in August 2025. However, the lack of confirmation from official sources like ICE, CNN, or Reuters casts doubt on its accuracy. Some analysts suggest the claim of 500 deportations may be part of a campaign to amplify ICE's image. If the event occurred, it likely took place in the context of raids targeting areas with large immigrant populations, like restaurants or markets. These operations often focus on undocumented workers, but raise concerns about mistakenly detaining legal residents or U.S. citizens. A Texas Tribune report noted that 10% of those detained in Texas raids in 2025 were U.S. citizens or legal residents, due to errors in identity or appearance. ICE's activities in Texas had significant economic and social impacts. According to the Center for Immigration Studies, undocumented immigrants contribute about $20 billion annually to Texas's economy through taxes and spending. Mass deportations could lead to labor shortages in industries like restaurants, construction, and agriculture, which heavily rely on immigrant workers.
A Texas-based airline company is facing backlash for carrying out deportation flights for ICE. People gathered in protest outside of the headquarters in Houston over the weekend.
The cost of deportation operations is also a concern. The Congressional Budget Office estimates each deportation costs an average of $12,000, covering detention, transportation, and legal processing. With over 207,000 deportations by July 2025, total costs exceeded $2.4 billion, with Texas accounting for a significant share. Socially, ICE raids increased fear in Texas's immigrant communities. Schools in Houston and Dallas reported a 20% rise in student absences due to concerns about ICE checks. Churches and charities noted a doubling in immigrants seeking shelter compared to 2024. August 2025 marked a peak in ICE's immigration enforcement in Texas, with a surge in arrests and deportations. The alleged McDonald's event, though unverified, became a focal point in debates about immigration policy. X posts reflect a divided public, with some supporting ICE's efforts for security and economic reasons, and others condemning them for their impact on immigrant communities. From a neutral perspective, ICE's actions are part of law enforcement efforts, but need to be transparent and respect human rights. With an estimated 250,000 deportations in 2025, immigration policy in Texas and nationwide remains a sensitive issue, requiring a balance between border security and social justice. Readers should verify information from reliable sources to avoid being swayed by rumors. This article has utilized reliable sources and perspectives from social media to provide a comprehensive view. For a deeper understanding, readers can refer to statements from DHS, CBP, or reports from Reuters, The Guardian, and WOLA.
I'm tired, man. I'm really tired. This is the 9th time we've hit this place. Up.
Estas son las llaves. Okay, you're looking at more things than you can realistically handle.
He's talking like he's going away.
Yeah, one of them already said he was.
Got a lot of gold on.
East 41st Street extended stay. Get on the ground!
He's gonna fail.
By the time I made it to the yard, we heard a lot of movement inside the house.
Trying to use that to come back across the border or through the.
Don't step out. Put your legs back around. No, put your legs back around.
Tiene muchos años por eso, que no me haga.
How many times have you been told to stay off that property over there?
No.
Get your hands up! Get them up!
18-year-old.
And can you text those to me, and then text me the address, and then head straight to that.
All right, let's go ahead and take these guys before they get inside.
Making a right turn to come down this way down the rim.
On Friday, he had a.
Down this way. Where you live? She 21 what? She flips around.
There'll be another mobile.